Alright guys, welcome to another amazing tutorial. And yes, this tutorial will be amazing because see, we already learned what actions are and how to use them. So now we can begin covering the different types of actions, and trust me, they are amazing. So before I even start talking about that, go ahead and delete everything in your do this, so we just start with a blank slate. So go ahead and let's code our first action. Now check this out. Go ahead and type ID and just name your action something like the action. And you're saying, alright, why did I type ID and why is it pink like void? That's because, like void, ID is a data type. ID, I don't know if I actually taught this in Objective-C, but ID is the generic data type for Objective-C. It's a data type that can store any type of object. Pretty cool, huh? So since actions aren't really their own specific Cocos2D object, just store them in ID and you'll be fine. That's the only thing you need to worry about that, so we won't be covering it anymore. Just want to show you guys in case you're wondering what ID is. It's pretty much a data type that can hold any object. So let's go ahead and start covering some of the basic actions. CC jump by is one of the more common actions. This is well, you'll see what it is later on. And check this out. Anytime you want to get the parameters, just go ahead and press space, escape, and then enter or return. And this will give you all the parameters. Escape, whenever you press this, it brings up the list of what you can do after it, and by default it'll give you the default parameters as first choice. So that's why you can just hit escape, enter, it'll give you all the parameters. The first one for this is action with duration. This pretty much means how long do you want the jumping to last. Well, only 1 second. And the next parameter is the position. This means after you jump, where do you want your sprite to end up, and you need to give a point. CCP and just put 0, 0 for this tutorial. This means just end up in the same position that you started at. The height is how high do you want the sprite to jump, and just go ahead and be like 175, maybe a little bigger if your sprite's bigger. And jumps is how many times in this 1 second do you want your sprite to jump. Well, I have mine jump twice. And of course, hit enter, and in order to run the action, you gotta type the name of the sprite you want to do it, and then run action and the action you want to run. And mine's named the action. How convenient. So go ahead and build and run this. We won't get any errors. And check this out. Whenever I hit my red button, my little sprite jumps twice according to my parameters. Pretty sweet. So you can see clearly the power of this. Maybe we're going to develop a game like Doodle Jump later on, perhaps? Sounds tempting. Alright, so we know how to jump. Pretty cool action. Another one of my favorites is scale by. And in order to do this, put CC scale by, just like that. Hit escape, enter, and this will give you all the parameters for scale by. And this is the easy one. You write pretty much how long you want to take, let's say 1 second, and how many times bigger than the original sprite do you want to grow it. And this is a float, so you can use decimal points, 3.0. And of course you don't need to change this line of code because it's already saying run this action. We didn't rename it. So go ahead, press build by, and actually, since the spray is in the bottom left corner, a little bit is going to go off the screen, but you're going to see what's going on. I press this, you see it grows by 3 times whatever size it was. Now if I press this, it's going to go by 3 times that. So you can see scale by does, exactly like you think it would do. Scale it by a certain number. In this case, 3. So if you're saying, alright, why do they even have by? Why don't they just have CC jump and CC scale? It's because of this. Almost every action has a CC to and a CC by. Right now we looked at the buys, but let me show you guys probably the easiest example that I can. CC rotate by, and let's bring up the parameters for this. And this of course rotates it, and just press by. Take 2 seconds long and rotate it by 120. Now let me run this, and remember, right now we're looking at the by action. So whenever we press the button, it rotates it by 120 degrees. Press it again, rotate it by another 120 degrees, press it again, rotate it by another 120 degrees, so it's 360 total. But let's go ahead and change this to rotate 2 with the same parameters and see what happens. So let's go ahead and once this loads, press the button, and now my sprite rotates to 120 degrees, press it again, and nothing happens. WTF? Is something wrong with my program? No. This is the difference between to and by. Since my sprite is already to 120 degrees, whenever we press the button again to rotate it to that, it already is at that location. So that's why nothing happens. So that's why, in case you reset your sprite and press it again, it'll always rotate to 120 degrees. So another example, if you hit like move to the position 100, it'll move to that position no matter where it is. But if you write move by 100, it might, no matter where it is, it's going to move it. And I might have not explained that correctly, but you know, you'll figure it out. So now that we covered that, let's go over one of my other favorite topics, and that's running two actions together. Did I just hear something? Did I just get a text message? Nope. Weird. I must be going crazy. So anyways, let's go ahead and first of all make this easier. Copy this and name this one the action 2. And now let's go ahead and copy this and name this one the action 2. Servicing. Alright. Whenever we run two actions right after each other, what's going to happen? Are they going to run at the same time, or is one action going to run? That's going to be completed, and then another action is going to start running. Well, let's go ahead and find out right now. So let's go ahead and do cc jump by and action with duration 1. Position, just put like ccp 00. And the height, let's just go ahead and put 150. In the jumps, let's go ahead and put 2. Can you see that? Let me scroll over. Jumps 2. Looks good enough. Alright, now for the second action, what we want to do is, let's do scale since that's pretty obvious. Go ahead and cc scale by, escape enter, and action with duration 1. And why doesn't it give me a scale? Scale 3.0. Why is it not bringing up my scale parameter? CC scale by. Oh well, looks good enough. Alright. So now what's going to happen? Is it going to jump twice and then scale by 3 times its original size? Or all at the same time, is it going to jump twice as it's scaling? Well, only one way to find out. Build and run this shiz. And let's go ahead and see what happens. Succeeded, so as you can see, it runs it at the exact same time. When I press the button, not only does it jump twice, but as it's jumping, it's scaling as well. Pretty cool, huh? We could do this all day, all day. Uh-oh, we're getting attacked by the lips. Uh-oh, here we go. And that's enough of that. So maybe you can make a game with this called Attack of the Lips. Just, you know, just an idea. You don't got to do it. But anyways, that's that for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're going to be going over different types of actions. And, you know, we have only begun to dip our toes into the pool of actions. So we got a lot to learn. So don't forget to stick around. Don't forget to, you know, download my apps and, you know, go to my forum, check out my other tutorial. You know, I got to plug everything here. So anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.